morning, and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, September 19th. Our top stories for the day. Wes is going to give us an expert update on Brexit.
That's right. Brain power is getting a little thin on this one, but I think I got it.
Good. I know it's getting confusing over there. So.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry. They're almost through it, right? No, they're not.
No, they're not.
And then Mark, Pat, and I will take us through a news buffet of other headlines. Get us into that Brexit, Wes.
All right, let me put on my Ever Scrolls first here.
Ooh.
Join the movement.
There we go. Join the movement, everyone. All right, it's been a while since we checked in on our friends across the pond, and since getting my tooth pulled, I now feel like I can relate a little bit more to your struggles over there, not only with dental hygiene issues, but also Brexit.
I also think they're born with less teeth than us.
No, just crooked.
Yeah, they just don't have braces over there. So.
Yeah,
Just
Wes is getting more British by the day. He's about to start eating spotted dick and shit like that.
Yeah, you just need to get in a few fist fights over like soccer, football.
Nah, that's not going to happen. Too much of a pussy. So with that, it's time for a Brexit update, and I have to admit I'm just about at my limit of brain power and understanding all this shit, but here we go. So just a little recap. Last time we visited Boris Johnson, he was going full Boris. He was proroguing or suspending Parliament with the blessing of the Queen to fuck them from blocking his plan or lack thereof a plan. He was firing
He had some really cocky pictures of him like grinning after he met with the Queen. Like he definitely thought he had won it right then.
Yeah, I mean, he thought he had the Queen in his pocket, and essentially he does. He was firing
Very small.
What's that?
She's a very small
Yeah,
person.
when you get older, you turn into like a U.
That's true.
Or like a reverse upside down J. She's hunched over.
Yeah. She's like a pen in his pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was firing longtime members of his party like Winston Churchill's great-grandson or grandson. He was demanding another referendum or general election on Brexit. He was delivering speeches on the Parliament floor with the concentration of a fucking brain surgeon while a bunch of lunatics shouted from the rafters. And he was, and probably still is, downing full bottles of Macallan 18 every night on Downing Street and getting into some steamy DMs. So pretty normal stuff for Boris.
So far, that was like the best summary of Brois that I've ever heard. I don't know what does it get more complicated because you just nailed it.
Yeah, well, so here's what happened. His little stunt to get the Queen to prorogue Parliament got a lot of people really pissed off.
Yeah. Remember the picture of Theresa May like devilishly laughing when Brois got fucked?
Yes.
Yeah,
the kind of laugh that you do on the way to the mental institution.
Yeah, or when like from divorce court when you win.
Yeah, I think it's more like that one. Yeah.
Yeah. And it has landed him in the Supreme Court, which is now deliberating on whether that crafty move was in fact legal. So the Supreme Court is hearing the case over 3 days, the third being today, and they are hearing 2 appeals. And this is where it gets a little confusing. The first appeal is challenging a ruling by the English High Courts to throw out a challenge that prorogation was in fact unlawful. So an appeal to a decision in favor of Boris.
I challenge your challenge, sir.
Yeah.
Challenge.
The second...
and once again, prorogue, like you said, is
Suspend Parliament.
Suspend.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Fancy word for suspend.
Yes.
This is exactly like unbanning the ban in America.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
The second appeal is one challenging Edinburgh's Court of Session, so Scotland, that prorogation was in fact unlawful. So you're following 2 different courts, 2 different appeal for 2 opposite decisions on the matter. So it sounds like a wash, and the Supreme Court will inevitably be the deciding factor. And a lot of what is being decided in all this bullshit is how much say the courts have in political matters such as this one. So right now, the courts pretty much stay out of political matters, unlike here.
Wait, what?
So I was about to ask.
Like, what's an example?
Do we know if they're like the Globetrotters here? Like, is Brois going to win this easy? Or
The Washington Generals his opponent?
Yeah.
Well, this one is based on Boris having a little bit too much power and flexing his muscles a little too much.
I was
But
just wondering.
Mark, to answer your question, they still have to wear wigs in court. So
Ah,
I think
that's awesome.
probably are pretty conservative.
And there's 11. And there's 11
you're
of
right.
them.
Would you wear your wig
So
on the
11
way
to
in?
nothing for Brois.
or would you put your wig on once you got there? I would wear my wig on my commute to let people know.
Depends on the day. Depends on how hot it was outside.
I would put it on right before the decision. I wouldn't wear it until the decision. I'd be that rogue
little bit of
judge.
drama.
Yeah.
Act like it gives you superpowers.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Excuse me.
Also, one of the big questions that is being asked during the hearings is whether the Queen could have said no to Boris Johnson's request, or if he misled her.
He definitely misled her.
To suspend Parliament. And from what I'm reading, the answer is yes, she could have.
Of course she
but
could have.
as is tradition and the way things go, and the Queen likes to follow tradition, she follows the advice of her Prime Minister as a rule, and to not do so would have stirred up a whole new bag of bullshit. So she just...
As is tradition.
She tends to steer clear of drama.
It would have gone a little bit like this. No.
Yeah.
And at this point in her life, like, she wants to be misled. She's okay with it.
Oh, she has total
You
power
don't,
still.
you're
She
not
doesn't
like
know
going
what's
to put
going
up a stink.
No, she has a total
Shouldn't.
idea what's going on. Could you imagine being the person responsible, one of the people responsible for putting her tea on the kettle on time? If you're not on time, you might be dead.
Yeah.
Right. That's the only job that matters.
Right, putting her fucking tea on.
And and watering her flowers.
Wiping her butt too.
So
Someone wipes her butt.
Eh.
Think about it.
All right, so what could happen? Here's what could happen. If the courts side with the English High Court's decision, they are saying the decision to prorogue was completely a political one and not one they can rule on, which would be great for Johnson and create a two-bottle Macallan night for him. If the side with the Scottish court, they're saying that Mr. Johnson lied to the Queen, abused his power, and was unlawful, which would also lead to a two-bottle night for Boris.
Hold on, you realize that Macallan's Scotch, right? From Scotland?
Yeah, but
you think that he would be drinking Scotch?
He probably
Yes.
still gets down on the good stuff.
what do you think he's drinking? Bourbon?
If they side with the Scottish court, probably. That's what I'm saying.
No, I think he likes the good stuff. The third outcome, the courts could say that the courts do not have any say in these matters, but that this time the move was legal, which would create a two-bottle night, but would limit the powers of future Borises who may decide to abuse their power. So this would, in fact, be a big change in the system where the courts would now be allowed to kind of rule on political matters more so.
Interesting. I know what he wouldn't be drinking, Pat. Guinness, because still no one respects Ireland there. They respect Scotland more than Ireland.
That's true.
Yeah,
Well, they're connected. They're physically connected.
but they don't respect Ireland. They're not only Irish people,
Northern
American people are drinking Guinness.
That's true.
Also, our favorite little bitch boy, French President Emmanuel Macron, is poking his little head in the mix, saying that both he and the Prime Minister of Finland have said that if no proposal is given by the end of the month,
Two powerhouses.
there will be no deal. And those are just threats from a couple of guys with old wives, and they mean nothing.
Yeah, I don't want Macron and the Prime Minister of Finland against me.
It's like the old wives club, except in reverse. Those two guys.
Yeah, I'm not even sure the Finnish guy's married. I was joking.
Well, we'll assume he's married.
Yeah, we're gonna go with it.
No one's gonna correct you on that.
No. So Johnson
Actually,
So Johnson is saying he will Brexit by October 31st. We'll keep you updated on the big events. We should hear a decision from the Supreme Court next week, and we will keep you updated and up to speed. And hey, you know what else will keep you up to speed and make you look like you're just smarter than everyone else?
what's that?
A nice watch.
Oh,
And you know who has you covered
yeah,
there?
Will.
That's right, MVMT. You think anyone in Parliament isn't wearing a watch? They're looking down at those things constantly, wondering when the next recess is going to be.
well, I think they might have those like hand
Pocket
clocks,
watches.
pocket watches. Yeah.
Does MVMT make a pocket watch? Not yet, but they might.
Well, they don't market to rich pricks from England. They market to the common man.
Well,
Or cross-dressers, men who wear wigs.
with over 2
Those guys
million.
would look better if they were in MVMT stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, yeah, and with over 2 million MVMT watches sold worldwide, there is a good chance that a few of those rowdy bastards is wearing one right now. And when those lazy bastards step out into public eye after a long day of doing nothing but arguing, you're damn right they throw on some sweet shades to not only protect but hide their eyes from over half the population that want them to shut the fuck up and Brexit already. And MVMT has them covered there too. I've personally also been wearing the new Everscrolls like I am now and have never felt smarter. Even Pat's sneers from across the table can't deter me when I'm wearing those Everscrolls.
Is that a challenge, Wes?
You look really smart.
I gotta
Thank
step
you.
it up.
Thank you.
You look really smart.
Yeah.
I'm intimidated by you.
Thank you. That's the whole point. So act now and get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to mvmt.com/factor. See why MVMT keeps growing. Check out their expanding collection. Go to mvmt.com/factor. Join the movement.
Before you get to the internet comment,
Yeah.
I want to bring it back to the wigs thing. These fucking bastards are still wearing wigs.
I'm
in the
pretty
court.
sure. I don't
Okay.
know. We're not.
I believe Will's right.
Will, you are 100% right. And
Okay, I am
They
right.
can't brush their teeth, but they can wear wigs still. and they
as
got
is
those
tradition.
wigs. Yeah, as is tradition. No, I said no.
You say yes, ma'am?
Yeah.
All right.
I heard yes, ma'am.
Going to the internet, Simon Baker says, even though I don't see either side being satisfied one way or another, at least this country's judicial system is apolitical, unlike some countries I can think of.
He's talking about the Globetrotters.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
definitely.
I doubt it. They still wear wigs. Like I say, I bet they're
Globetrotters?
conservative.
No,
Yeah.
they don't wear wigs.
You're not going to be progressive while wearing a wig.
No, it's pretty challenging.
It's kind of fucking badass. You have an excuse to wear a wig.
Well, let's take it to the news buffet, yeah?
Let's do it.
All right. You guys may recall that a week ago, Donald Trump fired National Security Advisor and dead ringer for the human version of the Lorax,
He must be.
John Bolton.
Luckily, John Bolton can still make appearances at children's birthday parties as the Lorax.
Well, I know that I don't think Disney ever did the Lorax, but Disney's all into like these, like the Lion King and Beauty and the Beast with people, Aladdin. If they ever do a Lorax, it's John Bolton.
He should absolutely transition.
Yeah, it's John Bolton. Well, on Wednesday, President Donald Trump named Robert O'Brien, the U.S. hostage negotiator, his new national security advisor. You have to wonder there if Trump had been watching some action movies recently with that hire.
Well, I didn't know that we had a negotiator. I didn't know that there was like a guy.
He's like the top guy.
Yeah, no,
what-
he's the guy.
What do you do?
He was in charge of ASAP Rocky.
Yes,
Which-
we're going to get to that.
He's the guy that comes in and just totally makes the local police officer look like a little bitch and says, "I'll take it from here."
Well, he says if you don't give him back, here's what's going to happen. The top United States negotiator, Jesus Christ. I mean, why didn't that guy go into sales?
Yeah, it's a good call.
There's no way.
Would
There's
have
no
been
way.
more lucrative.
He would have made a lot more money. He's the best salesman
Imagine getting
in the
picked up
world.
by him at the bar.
You're fucked.
Yeah, he's got 100% success.
You're
rate.
fucked literally.
What's he look like? Is he handsome?
I don't know.
Yeah,
but-
he is. He doesn't have a bushy mustache, so that bodes well for him.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
clean shaven. Not going to get kicked out for his facial hair.
So Trump took to Twitter and said, "I am pleased to announce that I will name Robert C. O'Brien, currently serving as the very successful special presidential envoy for hostage affairs at the State Department, as our new national security advisor. I have worked long and hard with Robert, and most recently, as Will mentioned, O'Brien was sent personally by Trump to help free ASAP Rocky from those jerks in Sweden that locked him up."
From that hostage situation, you mean jail? Hey, Wes, he is handsome and he's tall.
Well, I mean,
that's a double.
probably
double threat.
goes hand in hand with that job. Trump introduced O'Brien to reporters on the tarmac of Los Angeles International Airport, which is definitely a top 5 coolest way to be introduced to your new job, in my opinion.
Trump is a sound
on
guy.
the airport tarmac of
He's
the most famous airport.
He's a
with
sound guy's
reporters.
nightmare. He's always moving interviews closer to
Helicopter.
on aircraft.
I mean,
Jets,
what-
jet engines.
Well, but what's better than like a DJ introducing you into like
There's
the
not the
Spearmint
answer is
Rhino
nothing
strip club?
better.
Like, what's
There's
better than
nothing
that?
better than that. Tarmac entrance is the best.
That's the best. I want to be introduced.
It means
to
there's
my
no
new job.
time. It
Actually,
has to
no.
happen.
The Air Force the carrier.
Oh, a
was the
carrier
best.
would be
George,
cool.
George W.
That's
Bush
true.
did that.
According to Trump, O'Brien says that Trump himself and not O'Brien or anyone else is actually the greatest hostage negotiator of all time, because Trump has a record of 38-0. So he is like the Floyd Mayweather of getting people home safe. Although I don't know if I would count Otto Warmbier as an endo.
Nope.
Is that too harsh?
That's a draw at
He's at
best.
38,
I would say it's a tie.
38.5?
Yeah,
Draw-
no,
draw at
37-0-1.
37.5.
Yeah,
I would probably call that a defeat.
Trump
Yeah.
said some real assholic things
sorry, Otto Warmbier's family
in his life, but
fuck North
that's
Korea.
a pretty assholic thing to say, that you're a better negotiator than a guy that negotiates people's lives.
That's hired to do it. This appointment is not subject to Senate confirmation, so O'Brien is in like Flynn. And speaking of Donald Trump, and circling back to yesterday's impeachment hearing, our good friends at Predicted have a few gambling markets on Trump's impeachment. So before we get into those, though, what you're going to want to do is take any of your United States debit or credit cards out of your wallet or whatever, your little cash thing, and log into www.predicted.org/promo/hardfactor20 and deposit at least $20 to get a free $20. I mentioned any card because this is totally legal no matter what state you reside in, as it is a stock market that you can cash in and out of quickly, not like a sports gambling site. Now the lines. We have, will Donald Trump be impeached by the year 2019? And will Donald Trump be impeached in his first term, which would take him to...
Hard nose.
So, well, you're right. So if you follow the news like we do, though, you can capitalize on these markets and any number of markets on Predicted. For example, it's a no, but what happened with the Lewandowski impeachment hearing is the price of will Trump be impeached went up a good amount, like the morning of, because they're like, well, it is an impeachment hearing, so a lot of people panicked and they started buying yes. So what you could have done is bought no, especially if you were watching part of that hearing and seeing how Lewandowski was stonewalling the shit out of anyone, got in early and bought no, he won't be impeached, then sold them for a profit after that hearing was done, because the yes then plummeted after that hearing.
What did no get up to, like 80 cents?
No is right now at 76. Well, the yes is at 24 cents now.
Wow,
It's
it's still
at
at
28 cents.
It's changed a lot.
I
Yeah,
bought
yeah.
no at 89 cents. I'm up 11 bucks.
This is for the first term, not 2019. 2019 is
29 I bought it. Yeah,
this is
I
for
bought
the
no.
first. Look, it's a lot of fucking fun. If you listen to us, you are somewhat interested at a minimum in the news. So sign up at www.predicted.promo/hardfactor20 and make the news even more interesting for you.
And hey, if you sign up, we'll send you a sticker.
Yeah, well, if you sign up and show us you sign up, we'll definitely send you a
Absolutely.
fucking sticker.
There you go. All right.
$20 sticker.
We're treating our listeners like third graders.
I know. I was thinking about that earlier.
You want a sticker? We'll get you
Yeah,
a sticker.
chill out with the stickers in exchange for stuff.
No. How about no?
I think it's great.
All right, let's take it over to an old-
We'll call your kid on his birthday. Get out of here.
All right, let's take it over to an old segment, but a good one. Elon's World. and it's been a weird week for Mr. Musk. First off, in court documents defending himself against defamation charges for calling Vern Unsworth, quote unquote, pedo guy.
One of my favorite things of like the past year or so. That pedo guy is great.
The Thai cave diver who tried to help the kids get out.
That whole Thai cave story, and then the pedo guy at the tail end of it was probably the highlight of my journalism.
Told Elon to stick his submarine up his ass, basically. So Elon called him a pedo guy.
Yeah.
Anyways, Elon clarified in these court documents, because he's facing a defamation suit, that in South Africa, where he grew up, it was just a term for a creepy old man and not an accusation of being an actual pedophile. So if true, it sounds a lot like another word you're not allowed to say anymore that was hugely popular in the USA just about a decade ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was calling him a pedometer guy.
Yeah, well, that is a pretty smooth pivot. Pretty smooth wiggle.
Basically,
pretty smooth wiggle.
Basically, we won't say the word, but he pulled that defense.
Yeah.
Next, Elon unveiled some new pics of the SpaceX Starship being built in Boca Chica, Texas. It basically just looks like a giant silver chode right now in the big expansive area where
sounds
it's being
efficient. It sounds safe.
Yes, that's a photo you might want to check out, ladies.
Yeah.
You might. It does look like a big silver dick.
It's like the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz dick.
Yeah.
Really piercing that atmosphere.
Yeah. But
Man, Tingo.
This is the same Starship that's supposed to take normal people around the moon in 2023, an unmanned mission to Mars in 2022, and a manned mission to Mars in 2024. So the silver chode doing all that, it seems far-fetched right now, but most importantly, Elon filed with the FCC to conduct an orbit test on the Starship. He filed for that on September 9th, so that's going to go a long way. If he can orbit 12 miles off the Earth's surface and then land it back on the Earth, that's going a long way in proving the theoretical capability.
Could you imagine the nerves of the person that's supposed to be on the manned ship? Like right now, it's like, this is a long ways away. Like every month, it's like a little bit more nervous.
Well, every year,
it's a little bit more nervous.
Right. Yeah.
A little closer to death. Every month.
To your suicide.
Yeah.
Well, he filed with the FAA, right? Or not the FCC.
I thought,
FCC is
communications. Yeah, FCC.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
That's who he had. I guess maybe because they have satellites or something.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And lastly, the Navy confirmed that all of those videos that Tom DeLonge released of UFOs, and you guys saw the shows, I'm sure, were real. So if those aren't UFOs, Elon, what the fuck are they? Because Elon said that there's no aliens or UFOs. So if the Navy says that those UFO videos are real, Elon says there's no aliens. I want to hear what Elon Musk.
I'm telling you, Elon and his twin stupid brother got banished to other planets. And his other twin stupid brother's also the smartest person on his planet. And the smart planet's like leaving everyone else alone. And his twin brother's now sending UFOs to us. And he's like trying to beat his twin brother. And he's like, no, there's no aliens. But he's like competing against his dumb twin brother.
Or they're just taking joyrides on their secret spaceships they have.
You're talking about his actual, because his brother's Kimball Musk.
No, his alien twin brother.
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah. Not Kimball Musk.
Kimball Musk is like a hologram.
He claims that he's 6'4", but he's really 6'3".
Right.
Well, at any rate, he's got to have some answers for that, because if those videos are for real, then he needs to explain that to me.
I'm just excited about aliens.
To me.
Yeah, I want to hear it from you.
And I want to get Will an answer.
Elon, better come on the pod and tell us.
Yeah.
All right, guys, a photo of Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau in blackface surfaced in a Time magazine article.
Was it blackface?
We'll get into that.
Okay.
The photo was taken in 2001 while Trudeau was 29 years old and was a teacher at a private school.
Oh, well, he was young. He didn't know any better. 2001, 29. He's young. No, none of that's true. He's old as fuck at 29.
But that's just like normal times today, and he's very mature.
His brain was like fully developed.
That's
29.
true. The photo was discovered in the place that keeps blackfacers up at night, guys. A school's yearbook. The photo depicts Trudeau at an Arabian Nights party in full blackface, although based on the party's theme, his intention may have been brownface.
Right, he just went a little heavy on the color.
Yeah.
He couldn't get the right color. It should have been a little lighter.
The media relations person for Trudeau's Liberal Party claimed that Justin was dressed as Aladdin in the spirit of the theme party.
Are they ironically named because they take liberalism with like their explanations? Like
that's just their party's name.
Okay.
Who knew? No,
they take liberty with whatever the fuck they want.
There you go. Well, look, Trudeau really went for this one, guys. I'm talking full body paint, hands and all. He's wearing a turban and a robe with his brown hands clutching the neck of a party guest, and he appears to be the only one at the party who thought this hilarious gag would fly. And judging by his attention to detail to the way the makeup was skillfully applied, I had a hunch that this wasn't his first blackface rodeo.
No, like you said, it was hands on. It looked like he was an Easter egg that got dipped into a racist gag.
And not only was he like so excited to do
Turn
it,
me over.
He probably was the only. There was probably no minorities there. It's Canada.
No, yeah, none.
So this is like Trudeau's doing this in like a white vacuum, which makes it, I'd say, worse, considering that he like isn't even thinking about it from somebody else's perspective at all.
Totally. And guys,
Canada didn't get into the IT world until much later than 2001.
That's true. I was right about his blackface rodeo not being his first because Trump admitted that he performed the song Deo by Harry Belafonte.
Oh, you mean Trudeau?
Trudeau, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Trudeau. Yeah.
You call him Trump?
Other T leader. T leader. Also, he admitted that he performed the song Deo by Harry Belafonte at his high school talent show, and he used the aids of makeup to really sell the impression.
What's Deo?
Deo.
Oh, I thought it was like
Deo,
boom, boom, boom,
daylight
boom, and then you say Deo, Deo.
So he painted himself black because people in the Caribbean are black. Because that was the.
No, he went as Aladdin. He went as like an Indian.
I'm talking about his first time.
Oh, first time.
When he was in high school.
He's done two, Mark.
Yes.
I've tuned out on this Trudeau guy. He's a boob.
Look, guys, Trudeau.
I just want to see him do one-arm push-ups.
Absolute boob. Hey, the Virginia governor got away with it, though, so maybe Trudeau will, too.
Oh, he will definitely get away
Trudeau's
with
going to get away with it.
He just commits.
He's loved.
He's also in the midst of a scandal right now for not prosecuting an engineering firm that had serious ecological impacts.
And pressuring people to not, like, prosecute them.
Anyway, guys, Trudeau apologized, saying, quote, "I shouldn't have done that. I should have known better, and I didn't. I'm really sorry." And that it was racist at the time, but he didn't consider it.
And I'm going to turn in my #1 costume award. That'll make up for it. All right, it's that time of the year again, guys. The time of the year where I remind myself that if no one's going to take the English language seriously, I don't need to stress about punctuation or using the perfect words to fit my joke analogies. And that's because on Wednesday, Merriam Webster Dictionary took a giant shit on everyone and added a bunch of nonsense words to their official dictionary for the second time this fucking year. They added 530 words. They added like 640 words in April. Anyone want to hear some of the words they added yesterday?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, dad joke. That's dad space joke.
How's that a word?
Dad space joke, no hyphen. It's 2 words.
Why would you need to
It's
add
not a word.
that if it's not hyphenated?
Dad, it's not hyphen. It's not a word. It's 2 words. Dad joke.
They live independently on their own right now.
A lot of dads work on the Merriam-Webster thing. Fabulosity, meaning fabulous, quality, state, or nature. Fabulosity.
That's not a word.
Jesus Christ. They added sesh, as in I'm going to have a great jerk-off sesh.
I like that.
S-C-S-H.
Like weed sesh.
Weed
Want a
sesh?
weed sesh.
Want to have a safety meeting, bro?
You can do both, Will. You have a real good sesh. They added pickleball, which is okay because we have some friends in high places in Austin that have some pickleball courts in the works, so fine with pickleball.
What is pickleball?
It's like tennis ping pong.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's enough information for me.
And vacay, like I'd like to do from life right now, is take a brief vacay. According to the Merriam-Webster website, the new words range from serious to the playful, from the technical to the informal. How about you just stick to the technical, you cocksuckers? You're the motherfucking dictionary. No wonder things are going to shit. The fucking dictionary keepers are playing into all this bullshit. Are these words going to like pop up on the SAT questions? Like compare sesh to vacay. What does that mean? Analogy? Like, what the fuck? Fuck this shit.
They used to have a slang dictionary at Merriam
I'm
Webster.
so
just
mad.
turning into
I'm
it
so
now.
mad. I'm so mad. Move on.
Hopefully,
Right.
you
Well,
have
they
some
should just
sessions
do a
on your
real one
vacation.
and a slang one. Anyways, all right, moving on. The name's Ed Buck, and he definitely likes to fuck. You may remember Ed from a story we did in January when a second man died of a drug overdose in his West Hollywood apartment and no charges were pressed.
That's a fool me once, fool me twice scenario.
Yeah, well, fooled you a third time. You never believe it, but a third man has died of a drug overdose in old Ed's West Hollywood apartment. The Democratic activist / mega donor has finally been deemed a threat to society by Los Angeles and is facing charges of battery, causing serious injury, administering methamphetamine, and operating a drug house.
Well, hold on.
So-
At least he's letting these homeless gay prostitutes shit indoors, Will.
You think?
Before he kills them.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
You think you could sense the
That's a good
ghosts? I mean, after 2 deaths in one house, you think you'd know when you walked in.
Well, and you think like
No,
all
I think these
guys,
ghosts want to get out of this house.
right. There's definitely rumors about old Ed Buck's house. It's a disgusting tale, but all three of these dudes may have been homeless, and they all died after being inside Buck's home and having taken or possibly being given too much methamphetamine, allegedly with a syringe, which Buck has a fetish for injecting people with extremely high and unsafe doses of narcotics. So the reason that came out is because the last victim, the third guy, he escaped the apartment before he died and was rushed to the hospital.
Barely.
Imagine he told people about it.
I mean, you give a homeless guy who can probably barely scrape up enough money to like get like a minimal high that he needs every day if he's addicted to drugs, and then you give him like a buffet. He's going to go a little overboard.
These aren't homeless guys.
So, Will, what you're some of them are, some of them aren't. Some of them are, some of them aren't.
It's mixed bag.
So what you're saying, Will, is that before he has sex with them, he may either encourage them or forcibly inject.
That's what the
methamphetamine
prosecutors are saying. Yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking about this as a sex move, and I mean,
no, it's a serial killer move.
Right?
I mean,
but I'm saying
it's true. He's just.
I'm just saying to take a smaller dose. You know, the person on the receiving end of the dose and the sex is going to have a better time.
Point is, you might want to wear a scarf next time you go to Ed Buck's house, or some sort of
don't
neck
go
protection.
to Ed Buck's house. Period. Just stay out of there.
Don't go there.
Well, how are you going to bang an old dude and get free meth then? If you're
Anywhere else,
and if he's got
it's Hollywood. It's Hollywood. Anywhere else will do.
Definitely stay away from Ed Buck if he's got a syringe in his hand. So I mean, it's terrible for the victims. It's just it's crazy that this dude was let go twice, but like because it seems like he's basically just killing these people.
Mega donor.
If it's true.
No, he's rich.
All right, guys. So the rapper Tekashi 6ix9in took the witness stand in a Manhattan court this week, facing racketeering and firearms charges. And I'm going to run down a little breakdown of what happened in the courtroom. Okay. So Tekashi is acting as a cooperating witness.
A snitch.
Yeah, exactly. That's I was saying it in a nice way.
It was 3 ball.
It was throwaway.
It was throwaway. It was sniffy.
I've had a tough life, you know.
Who do you want me to rat on?
Yeah, he's acting as a snitch to get a better sentence. And during his testimony, he broke down his involvement with the 9 Trey Gangster Bloods gang, admitting to the court that his association with the gang was about keeping up his bad boy image. So take note here, Justin Bieber. He pretty much sold everyone in the gang out, which we knew he was going to do, as he lasted a whopping 24 hours in jail before agreeing to testify against them.
Oh, of course. This guy's he's like the Neil Armstrong of internet morons. Like, he's the first guy to have been completely bested by his internet persona and just like ruined his entire life because of it.
I tuned out because I was thinking of the English or the United Kingdom Supreme Court wearing rainbow wigs, and I was like, that would never happen.
No, it wouldn't happen. So let's get on to the 9 trays, guys. Let's get on to the 9 trays rolling blood boys. Tekashi booked a gig in Austin, Texas, but didn't check in with Texas record label Rap-A-Lot Records, and even though Texas is their turf, so the Rap-A-Lot...
You have to check in. This is a true thing.
I've never heard of it.
No, it's true. Fuck, I forget the boxer. They talked about it like even on ESPN. Like, you have to check in.
You got to check it. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, the Rap-A-Lot heavies wouldn't let 6ix9in into his show, which cost him between 10 and 15 stacks. This led to tension in the crew with 6ix9ine's bodyguard, Big Harv, who went at...
Big Harv doesn't play that game.
No, Big Harv don't play that. Big Harv went at Tekashi's manager, Shotty, calling him a, quote, pussy. And then the next month... Jay Prince from Rap-A-Lot was in New York City, which is 6ix9ine's turf. So 6ix9ine had his manager Shotty and the 9 Trey Gangster Bloods.
They didn't check into him.
Exactly. Yeah. Robbed Jay Prince at gunpoint while Tekashi sat in the car outside. And then after the robbery, Shotty, like any good talent manager does after an armed revenge robbery, kicked Tekashi out of the car and had him take the subway home. So that happened.
Was it to protect him?
Yeah. I don't know what it was.
Go home, go on the subway.
I don't know what it was. Tekashi also went into...
Thanks for not fighting again.
Yeah, he also went into his business relationship with the 9 Trey Gangster Blood, saying the gang would commission his money for shows. So if Tekashi made 250 stacks, the gang would take about 65 stacks and give the remaining stacks to Tekashi.
So this absolute pussy, Tekashi 6ix9ine, gave 25% of his salary to a gang to protect him because they saw
he needed the Instagram
right
clout,
because they saw that he was a loser and that he was manipulable. You could manipulate him.
There's 26%,
and then he snitched on all of them.
Treyway with a mentor. He also got into the hit he ordered on Chief Keef, and we know that.
He better not have.
Yeah, well, we know that a snitch is something that Chief Keef doesn't like particularly, but Keef has not yet commented on if his don't like policy applies to this particular situation. So
I always side with Chief Keef. Chief Keef is my guy. Fuck Tekashi 6ix9ine.
I knew Chief Keef's agent
Yeah,
once. And,
you're a Chief Keef guy.
And I'm not a Chief Keef guy. His
No?
his agent said he never met him, never wanted to meet him.
Well, that's probably the best name.
It's probably the best.
Best name you can possibly have. It's
Exactly.
Chief
Yeah.
Keef.
Anyway, guys, we'll keep you updated on this little weirdo as he continues to snitch, and that's going to do it for Hard Factor. We announced on yesterday's show that we would gladly send you guys Hard Factor stickers if you DM'd us. Today we shipped out like 200 stickers to like 60 different states. Anyway, we're out of them. But
Yeah, if you guys took the 5-star reviews as seriously as the stickers, we'd have like 18,000 5-star reviews.
good news, we reordered more stickers.
Yes.
So if you want us to help spread the word by putting Hard Factor stickers in public bathrooms, DM us and we'll get you
Guys,
sorted
you
out.
have to 5-star review us before you DM us for a sticker, please.
Yeah, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the show and give us a rating and review. It really helps us grow and reach much more peoples. And have a great fucking day.